I feel like you can tell that I've just been on a run, but I have, and now I'm home, and I'm gonna have some lettuce for lunch, at least to begin with. I might have some other snacks as well, or some other food, but we're gonna start with this. I will look at all the data in a moment, but overall, oh, this bowl is a little bit too small, oh well. I left work much later than I was meant to, but that's a separate matter. But I left work and was literally just about to start running, and the first stride I made, I could feel that my left knee, just like wasn't in a happy place. Not that it was sore necessarily, but I think just like I'd made a funny movement. I can't really explain it, but not ideal. And when that happened, I thought, should I just like call it quits here and that's it, you know, like give up? But I kept going, and it was twinging a little bit the first couple of steps, but then as I continued, it was all okay. The other thing I'll say before I continue with my story is that as I left work, I usually try and go to the bathroom before I start running, and I didn't. And I did think like maybe this is going to be a problem, and it was, but we'll come back to that as well. Let me bring you to the table so I can start eating. So I continued running, and it felt okay. It didn't feel too impossible. It didn't feel good. It wasn't like I don't enjoy running, as I've mentioned before, but it felt fine. And just before I hit the first kilometer, it felt like really comfortable, I would say. Still not fun, still not great, but just I felt like I was in a good movement, I don't know, like a good pace, feeling good, didn't have to think too much, wasn't in pain anywhere, it was great. But then, as we were nearing the second kilometer, I could really sense that I needed to get to a bathroom. Luckily, I was still fairly near work, so I tried to run as much as I could. Well, I stopped at 2.4, because at that point I was just like, I need to slow down. I think physically I could have kept going, like in terms of my legs and my energy and my stamina, but I just felt my stomach was gonna not explode necessarily, but it was just really uncomfortable. So I stopped at 2.4 and I got to work and I used the bathroom there, and then I walked home. And after I stopped at work, I did think I could go back out. Like, there's no real reason why not. But there was one main reason that stopped me, which was that as I was leaving the park, I think I saw someone I know, and I just feel so awkward running when there's someone I know. Which is a problem when I run at a park that's local both to where I live and to where I work and to where a lot of family lives. But it's fine, I will get over that at some point maybe. I actually think if I hadn't left, I would have been fine. But because I did leave, I was like, I don't really want to go back. And I've got to say, I got to work and oh my gosh, I was so out of breath. But there were kind of two things going through my mind. Number one, like, wow, I'm out of breath, and that's really bad considering I only did 2.4 kilometers. But on the other hand, I want to check when the last time was that I ran, but as I said yesterday, I think it was early December at the latest. And like, I still ran 2.4 kilometers. I probably could have pushed definitely to 3, I think. Like, when I started running, I couldn't do 1 kilometer. And I feel like it took me a couple of weeks to get to 1 kilometer. And I don't think I was less fit then than I am now. If anything, I was probably more fit then because I was going to more dance classes. Admittedly, I have gone to a couple of dance classes this month, but still. And it makes me think about like how much of a mental game running is. Like, it really is such a mental game, so much more than physical. But yes, this hasn't necessarily inspired me to want to do the marathon at all, but I'm glad I went out there, even though it was short. It was really short, but at least I did it. It's fine. But I am curious about my pace, so I'm going to eat this piece of lettuce finally while I get that up. Okay, so in the end, I did 3.13 kilometers with an average tempo of 7:49, but bearing in mind the last like 1.6 kilometers was walking. And I was still busy for 24 minutes, like that's still pretty good. First kilometer was 7:06, second 7:37, but that's again split with some walking, and third 8:30, which is pretty fast considering that was only walking. There you can have a little look at what it looks like. How exciting. Yeah, so listen, not perfect, not great, but at least I got out there and moved. And I feel like that's so important. And I feel like there is such a stigma around a lot of running of like, you can't run if you do anything less than 5 kilometers. Whereas for me, running is so much not about being a runner. I'm not a runner. I don't consider myself a runner, but it is just about getting out there, doing some exercise, breathing some fresh air. And even if that's only for 2.5 kilometers, even if it is only for 20 minutes or even 15, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm out there, I'm moving my body, and that's the only thing that matters. And I just want to show to everyone that that is okay. Also, I want to say, eating salad, I love salad, but eating salad after a run probably isn't the recommendation. You're probably meant to have something a bit more like carb heavy. Admittedly, again, it was a short run, but yeah, don't take my advice. I just like salad. It's now 3 o'clock And I do have a couple of things I want to do. I do want to shower, and I want, there's a bunch of things I want to do. The one thing I'm questioning whether or not to do is whether or not I should sing. I feel like my voice feels like it's in a good place, and it feels quiet in the building, which is a good sign. I don't like singing straight after I've had some lunch, especially seeing as this is vinegar, but yeah, we'll see. I also like the pink top. I was thinking to myself, I think this morning when I put this on, if it wasn't for like auditions and headshots, I probably would get rid of this top because I find it really hard to wear. I love the colour, even though I don't like pink. I really think the colour suits me. And I kind of like the neckline, although looking at it in here, I don't love it. The material is nice, but you wouldn't want this directly on your skin, I don't think, because I think it's a bit too itchy, at least for me. But it's the sleeves. I like the idea of the sleeves, but they're just so in the way. I like practical things. And I feel like these, because you've got this and you've got this, and it doesn't feel very practical. And then also, obviously, the conundrum of, is it a top, is it a jumper? I'm currently wearing it as a jumper. I'm wearing it over my Cancer Research UK top, which I'm actually not sure if I've run in before, but I was happy to have it. In fact, I probably needed something warmer. I did wear my zip-up thing, but it was actually quite cold out. But yeah, mixed feelings about this top. I don't think I like the neckline actually on me, but it's really, really good for headshots and for the filming thing I did yesterday. So we're keeping it for now. And I don't have anything else like this in my cupboard. So like if I were to get an audition for, you know, like Legally Blonde or what else is pink? I don't know, something else pink. It's perfect. Anyway, I'm gonna keep eating and then see what else I do, but I'm sure I'll check in again a bit later on. Bye! Hello. It's been a couple of hours and I've done very little. I've put out my clothes for tomorrow and I did do a bit of singing and I showered, and so I filmed my Dear Hopefuls video. Like, I've ticked off most things off my list, but it doesn't feel like I've done a lot. There were parts of the singing that felt really good and parts that I was not happy with, and unfortunately they happened in the same videos. So even though I'm trying to be like carefree about what I'm going to be uploading, there's a limit. But I've decided to get up and start working on supper. I also want to prepare some carrots because I'm going to take those with me to work tomorrow because I'm going to a show after work. I may have mentioned that already. So I'm going to do the carrots first and then I'm going to get started on the food. In fact, I should probably get the rice on first. That was really lovely. I really enjoyed that. And it did take a while to cook, but no more than it should have. And everything finished more or less at the same time, or like was ready at the same time. So that's always a nice feeling. And it was very nice, very tasty, very much what I was in the mood for. I just knew today I was in the mood for something with halloumi and probably something a bit more like warm and comforting, and that definitely hit the spot. That being said, that bowl that I had, Bowl of Happy, is the one we call it. I love that bowl. That's always my first preference for these kinds of meals. However, that bowl is always much bigger than I anticipate. So I am very full. I was definitely struggling through the last couple of bites, and not too many, which is good. And admittedly, I had a very light lunch, and I went for a run today. But more than anything, I just thought to myself, I could have more for leftovers if I didn't have as big a portion now. But I do still have, I think, 3 portions of full leftovers of rice and the mixture. And then I've also still got some more rice on top of that left over as well. Admittedly, I did make enough for Wayne. I didn't know what time he'd be home. I think he'll be home in the next half hour or so, but he said he's eaten already. But that's okay, more for me. I definitely wanted to take one of these for lunch tomorrow anyway, and then whatever's left over I can maybe have another day or for supper. It's very tasty. I'm very happy to eat it as many times as necessary. And I love doing things like this because it would genuinely take me exactly as long. Maybe the cutting would take slightly less long, but pretty much as long to make 1 portion as it is to make 4, or 6 or 8. Well, that's not true because I don't have a big enough pot or pan, but aside from that, this is kind of like the perfect amount. I probably could have made some more rice actually, which I didn't realize, but I wanted to do. just because I use rice all the time. I love having spare rice in the fridge or freezer. But aside from that, I was happy enough with portioning. Now, I am very conscious that my laptop is making a lot of noise and that Wayne will be home soon. So I think I'm going to end the vlog here, and I will see you all next week for a very exciting vlog. But before that, I'm sure there'll be another video as well. Hello, I'm on my way to meet a friend and I'm a little bit lost. I think I went the wrong way and I found this gorgeous tunnel and I thought there's no one here, let me just quickly stop and say hello, because I was going to make this the start of the next vlog, but now I'm not so sure anymore. Once I imported last night all the videos that I thought were going to go into the last vlog, it seems like a lot more than what I'd anticipated, so we shall see what happens with that. But either way, I'm about to meet my friend and then we're probably going to either get a drink or she's going to get some food and I'm just going to sit with her. I'm hoping for the latter, but we'll see. And then we're going to go see The Devil Wears Prada, which I know nothing about, although I did just have a look at work at the cast. Well, I didn't mean to look at the cast, but it came up with Matt Henry, who I saw as Lola in Kinky Boots many years ago and loved, really was obsessed with. I have I have a top of his, not of his, but like one that he sold, I guess, one of his merch. So I'm a fan, although that was free, I didn't buy it. But yeah, so should be fun anyway, and I'll try and take you along with me. Let's go. Is this a sign that they've got running vests? Should I run a marathon? There's a whole Winnie the Pooh collection. So cute. I don't need more jumpers, but I wish I did. Look at that. It's so cute. And it's not even that expensive. I love it. Oh, and the bags. I don't need bags, but I love Winnie the Pooh. So cute. I adore this as a bag. Like, it's the perfect size. Oh, it's so nice. But I don't need more bags. I don't need of anything. I am so lost as well. Like, they've changed. Oh, I can see more Winnie the Pooh things. Let's have a look. But they've changed a lot about this Primark. Oh, look at these little wallets. Can you tell I just love Pooh? Oh, and there's like a little thing. I don't need any of this. I'm not going to get any of this. But oh, look at that. That's so cute as well. All the friends. Aww. Oh, and then there's, what was this? Like a toiletry bag or something? Again, I've got so many bags. I don't need anything, but it's so cute. I love it. Oh, and key rings on hair clips. I love that. But again, I don't need it, so I'm not going to buy it. But it's all very cute. Maybe there's a problem with my maths, but that's more than 50% off. Anyway, let's see if we can find some ballet flats that I want to buy. I've never had this before, but it looks really good. I'm excited to try it. Yeah.
This is never for me.
Get nice and high, thank you. Flash. Wonderful, thank you. Right, phones away. Phones off. you may be able to tell, we got some lampshades yesterday. It is a little bit darker in here, a bit more dim, but it's definitely nice because before it was just like the bulb directly in your eye, and I like that this looks a bit nicer and feels a bit nicer on the eyes. We did spend quite a number of hours yesterday trying to install them, and by we I mean Wayne, and I just stood there and held a chair. It did take hours.
It did not take
well, we
hours.
had to wait hours between the first lights being done and the
off.
second.
Yeah.
Still giving me a bit of a glow, but we did it and I like the way it looks. Then today, first of all, I spent a lot of work, well I watched some of the tennis which was nice, but I spent a lot of work creating and looking at like marathon plans and where I can run and the distances, etc. And I'm still very torn, but we'll see. At least, like, I don't know if it's better that I've made a plan or not. I feel like it's encouraging me to want to do it, but also like it is so far away. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm gonna start putting away some things while I'm talking to you. And then we went to see The Devil Wears Prada. It was really nice actually catching up with my friend. I haven't seen her in, well, I saw her I think once maybe when I was in Australia last time, but before that I hadn't seen her in a long time. And when I caught up with her the last time, it was with other people, so it wasn't like a one-to-one. And it was really nice to catch up, and we were talking about running as well, because she's taken up running too. It seems like a lot of people are. It's the thing at the moment, but that's not a bad thing. Anyway, ooh, we didn't think about that.
That's the big one as well. We put the big one over there thinking, oh.
It's a bright light.
Yeah.
That's very funny. Anyway, so I met up with my friend and that was fun. And then we went to see The Devil Wears Prada, which, as I think I mentioned yesterday, I knew nothing about. I know absolutely zilch, or maybe even earlier in the vlog. And the first act, all I could think was, this is really fun. It's just fun. I definitely preferred the first act over the second, and I thought the ending, on the one hand, it was nice and it was strong, but on the other hand, it was a little bit weird to me. It was a bit odd, but I did really enjoy it overall. I'm very glad I saw it, because I wouldn't have seen it if my friend hadn't recommended it or wanted to see it herself. I thought a lot of the cast were very, very strong. I think I mentioned earlier that I like Matt Henry, or at least I liked him when I saw him in Kinky Boots, and I did still like him. And I liked Stevie Dock as Andy. I really liked Emily. I don't know the actress's name, but she also fantastic. I think I did like the boyfriend, but it's hard because A, he's not on stage very much, but B, I presume it's from the movie, and I know it's very much a trope, but I didn't like what happened with the relationship. And I'm not going to spoil too much on here, but there were a couple of things, just relationship-wise, that so often happen in movies or musicals or plays or any form of media, books as well. And maybe it's because I'm asexual and demi-romantic, or maybe it's because, I don't know, I have a good relationship. I don't know, but it just grates on me. It grates on me. Things happen and I don't agree with them happening, and they don't make me happy, and I don't enjoy watching them. But overall, I did have a good time. I did enjoy it. I'm really glad I saw it. It's not necessarily one I feel desperate to revisit or necessarily even recommend. I think, well, it's hard to say if you like the film you should see it, because I actually haven't seen the film myself. So I do want to go back and watch the film now. And also I think there's a sequel, or there's one being made, so I definitely want to watch that as well. But I think those are my overall thoughts. My throat, I feel like it was very loud in the audience, in the auditorium. And I was trying to chat to my friend, and I feel like I've really overexerted my voice. So that's not much fun. And I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember now. But yeah, I had a good evening. I'm home, not early, but not too late. I'm very warm. Wayne had the heating on. It was cold today, so it's reasonable, but I've come in very warm. I wore this top again today with the green skirt, which I do really like, and I love it as an outfit, and I'm very happy. But I walked into work today. I mean, as I say, it is quite cold outside, and I knew I was going to be spending a bit of time outside between work and going to the theatre. But I got into work and I was just like, I really regret the fact that I can't take this off. Like, it is too warm and I feel stuck and trapped. And I think I mentioned this the other day as well. I don't like things that like don't have much give. Maybe I didn't mention it, but this doesn't have much give. So even though I do like the way it looks and it's very cozy and it's good for a very cold winter's day, once you're inside an office building, it can feel very like, what's the English word? It's like burnout, like stifling, or like you, I don't know, like, what's the word?
Cucumberified.
Cucumberified.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the context of what you were saying, but I know that you're looking for a word, and I feel like that one might just fit the bill.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. No, like benauwd. Come on, you speak Dutch.
Benauwd?
Like when you're like,
Oh, overwhelmed.
No,
Flustered.
like humid, but in your body. Like
Tepid.
no. And also
Clammy.
no. Also like it starts with con, but when you're like in a small space, does it start with con?
Oh wait, no. I know. Claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic. It doesn't start with
Doesn't
con.
start with con.
But it's similar sounds.
Because all I think was constipated.
I know, me too. But I knew that wasn't it. Yeah, like claustrophobic, but like in yourself. There's got to be an English word for it. Look it up.
Stuffy.
Yeah, I said stifling, it's close enough. But yeah, but that's not even exactly what I mean. Google translates wrong. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling. And I want to get out of this and get into my pajamas and get into bed and go to bed. And I'm very excited for some of the tennis matches tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I think I've already mentioned, I'm going to a dance class with a friend. So that should be good fun too, and I'll be happy to move. Oh my gosh, yesterday, I don't know where the vlog is being split, so maybe I don't know. I went for a run yesterday, a very, very, very short run, and my thighs, I don't think my thighs are usually what gets sore after a run. Usually it's like my calves or whatever, but like, wow, my thighs, I'm feeling it. And it's not even like I did any stairs yesterday or anything. It's really weird. But anyway, I'm feeling it, so it'll be interesting to do the dance class tomorrow. But I think it'll be really good, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to seeing my friend. And I'm looking forward to getting this off. So I will see you all probably maybe tomorrow night. I don't know, we'll see. Bye. My battery is about to die, but let's see if we can get this very quickly. I had a great time dancing with a friend. Now I'm home. Wayne made some food. I'm quickly going to show you, and then I'm going to stop. I hope it doesn't die. Look at how good that looks. This is a different kind of meat than we usually use, but it looks really good. Fake meat, obviously. Yay! Yay! Okay, bye. Shut up, Wayne.